I arrived in Muscat, in Oman, my 114th nation, so I'm just waiting for the bus that's going to take me into town. It only cost 1 Omani Rial, which is like 2.50 euros, or like, it's under £3, so good value, rather than taking the taxi. I'm only going to be here for 3 days, not really a full 48 hours, but it's going to be quite a unique country visit. Now, one thing that really gets to me about airports is sometimes the Wi-Fi won't always work. You'll always request a mobile number. That's the most irritable thing to do, is to have to put it in your own phone number just to get an access code, because 9 times out of 10 you may not get any access code. They'll be able to just ignore your number, or your home phone number won't work over here. So people always say, well, why don't you get a SIM when you arrive? I'm like, there's no point. And the type of people who need SIM cards when they arrive are the ones who want to pay X amount of money for a SIM card. Or you could get an eSIM, but sadly, I'm behind the times with my iPhone, so eSIMs don't work on iPhone 8. I have to upgrade to at least 10 or 15 for an eSIM to work. So I just have to wait for a bus, and I've downloaded Google Maps offline, which is a good thing to do, because you won't always have data. We're pulling out of the airport right now. It cost there's 1,000 viewers that makes 1 Omani Rial, so this cost me 400. Yeah, 400th of a Rial. So I was just expecting us to pay 1 Omani Rial, but then that's what the website said, but then no, it's 400. So the driver's gonna drop me off at the stop when I get off, and it's so helpful. Because sadly, the Wi-Fi didn't work in that airport. So until I get to my accommodation, I can't access my phone properly. But I'm happy to be here. Just past the 8 o'clock at night. I'm just gonna hit the sack as soon as I get there. The bus driver signaled me to get off about 50 meters back there, so I could just pretty much just walk to my accommodation. Yes. Really good looking building back there. Right behind me. Yeah, so anyway, I've been to the UAE 3 times, but never really seen much of it. And it always killed me that I never got myself over the border into Oman. For many years, I had only been to a handful of Middle Eastern countries, let's say Iran, UAE, Lebanon, and then I was in Kurdish Iraq about 2 years ago. But there's so many countries in the Arabian Gulf I had never visited, such as Bahrain, Qatar, Kuwait, and of course Oman. Yeah. But I'm glad I've actually flown into Muscat tonight rather than taking the bus from Abu Dhabi. I was considering taking a bus back to Abu Dhabi in the next few days, but I thought, no, time is short. I really need to get in and out, mark this country off properly. So, yeah, I don't even have 48 hours here. I have to leave on Friday and spend the evening in Abu Dhabi. Then I fly out Abu Dhabi Saturday morning. Wow, this is so cool. Drinking water advertised. Brilliant. Hell, it even comes with a cup right there. But there's no way I'd be drinking out of that cup. Good morning, ball bags. Joe Martin Metalhead here. Can you believe it? I'm carrying a power bank and this camera in a plastic bag all around Muscat. Yes, the time is just after 7:30 in the morning, and I've been having a lot of hard time trying to sleep these last few nights. must be something wrong with my medical conditions. It's like, it's not really keeping me awake, but it's like I can't really get myself into like a deep sleep. So I just got up at 6, had some coffee and dates, and then I thought, make the most of the day. I'll get up and get out of town. Yes, because I want to see the Royal Palace, the Al Ain Palace. That's on the other side of town. It's going to take me 3 buses to get there. It'll take me a whole hour and a half bus ride, but it's well worth a day trip out of town. But I'm still in Muscat, but it's like a different part. I mean, it's still live Muscat. So anyway, yeah, this is my only full day in Oman, and I'm kind of sad that I'm like leaving tomorrow to go back to Abu Dhabi, and then go on to Israel on Saturday, and then home on Monday. So in a couple months' time, I'd love to come back to Oman and then travel all the way to the Yemenite border and mark off Yemen, even though people think, oh, if you're just going to go to Hof, you're not really going to see much of Yemen. I mean, well, it's still, getting there is the main focus, is to you know, like all you need to do is get your passport stamped and then you're in the country. I mean, a lot of people spend a lot of money to go to Socotra, or they spend a lot of money to go within Yemen. So there's a bus station down this road which has like buses going all over Oman and all around Muscat. So Google Maps tells me which bus to take, and I've already screenshotted this because as I rely on Wi-Fi and I don't have a local SIM, it's good to know like what routes I have to take, show the driver and all. So the currency situation does make this country a bit expensive, I guess. I exchanged 240 Saudi Riyal yesterday, and I got 24 Omani Riyal. But the crazy thing is, it takes like 1,000 of this smaller currency to make 1 Riyal, and they've even got like half Riyal bills. So it's like one Omani Riyal buys like $2.50 American, similar to that. But yesterday I had dates, bread, and pomegranate soda, and that was 700 Omani cents. So forgive me if I'm talking currency wrong, but I mean that was like $1.83. So that was quite good and all. But I went to a restaurant nearby. You could get like a jack and potato and a few things for, it was like 1.5 Omani Riyal. But I was like, nah, I'll just stick with the grocery stores. But tonight I'm going to be having camel meat and a good meal for about 3 Omani Riyal, which is like 6 or 7 American dollars. But it's super crazy how, like, I'm thinking these countries are all expensive, but I'm keeping my damn costs low by not taking taxis, by just staying like locally. I mean, yeah, I did take a taxi around Dammam to get to the airport, but that was fine. That was roughly 17 pounds. That's what you pay for like a taxi. But that was pretty much my only option. If I was in Riyadh, I would have just taken the local transport, but demand. So I'm getting closer to the bus station right now, and I'll be getting on a bus. Yeah, people always told me that Oman was going to be really green, I guess, but well, Oman has proved me right. Look at these palm trees right here. It's next to the bus station. Now, that bus that just got off was going to go south, which was the wrong one I was supposed to get on. I was supposed to get on a one bus to go to Rui, but I thought, Well, there's an interesting mosque right here I'd like to go see, even though it's not open till 8 o'clock. So I'll pop it in and have a look around, see a little bit of it. It's one of the main mosques here in Muscat. Excuse me. But there's a bus stop right behind me that'll get me back to Rui, you know. On the number 1 bus going out to Rui. As a matter of fact, this bus came from the airport. You see all the bags right here. Yeah, so this bus ticket has cost me half a rial, so about $1.50. I did ask if I could pay by card, but they won't take cash. That's reasonable. But they have an app where basically if you just download it on your phone, you get cheaper bus rides. It's worth it if you're going to be here for a few days, but I'm only going to be in Muscat for today. I have to fly out tomorrow. Just driving along to Rui, and I just noticed all these mountains right here. Beautiful big rock cliffs. I had no idea that Oman was just scenery. But I've left behind Muscat. I'm on the way to Rui, and I'm going to be seeing some forts and the royal palace where the Sultan lives. So just got myself breakfast. I've got dal, white rice, water. It's going to cost me like maybe 1 or 2 rial. Waiting for my child. So just finished my breakfast, which was in a, well, I'd say a South Asian restaurant. I don't want to like divide them, but they did have Pakistani TV, which was quite interesting to watch and talk about cricket and all, and like seeing all the writing in Urdu. So I'm gonna get up to, I'm at the bus station of Rui now, and so I just need to get to Alam Palace today, as well as Mutra Fort. But there's also a Sultan Port, and there's like 2 buses every hour, Sunday, Thursday for the holidays. But like, so today is Thursday, tomorrow is Friday. So Friday is like day of rest in the Islamic world, and also Ramadan also starts, I believe, tomorrow. So I'm still waiting for the number 4 bus now. So I've just paid another 300, which is like 300th of a rial. So as I said, you need 1,000 to make up 1 rial, so I paid 300 of that. Now I'm gonna go all the way to this fort that I've pinpointed on my maps, and then I might walk to the palace rather than get another bus. Because at the end of the day, I'll have to get another bus all the way back into Muscat. So I'm gonna get off at Mutra Fort, and there's all these different cool things nearby. There's like Mutra Fort, then there's Beit El Konji, a historical landmark, but that's actually closed until 6:30 at night. There's like an old souk watchtower, there's the souks, there's beach. Yeah. So I'm trying to read about Mutra Fort, about... Yeah, it's gonna cost like 3 Omani rial to get in, so that's like $6 US, I guess. So just doing a bit of my research. It's Al-Jalil Fort that was actually built by the Portuguese in the 16th century. That's actually walking distance from Alam Palace, where the Sultan of Muscat, sorry, Oman lives. So it was going to take me 20 minutes to get to where I want to go today. I may walk it, the rest of it It is hot, but I'm going to pick up some water as I go. Yeah, so should only take 23 minutes to get to Mutra Souk and Mutra Fort. I think I'll get off at the Souk and then do a bit of a walk to the fort. Alright guys, I blink and I missed it. I missed this beautiful arch and all, but yeah, again, look, mountains, plenty of mountains. Wow. You know what, I'm really looking forward to coming back to Oman in a couple months' time so I can take on Yemen. I'll have to schedule that into my plan. I'll probably do it a little bit silly if I do it in June because it'll be too hot, I guess, but oh well. I'm Australian, I can cope with it. Some mosques over here, some mosques over there. Happy to be getting off soon. I've gotten off at Mutra Souk, upstairs right there. Really colourful mosque right here. That could be Shiite, I believe. I'm not too sure. But look what's in the ocean today. Yes, I'm on the Arabian Sea that leads out to the Indian Ocean, I believe. Yes, we have a dhow. One of those traditional Omani boats, similar to what they have in Qatar and also what they've got in South Asia. Cornish restaurant and cafe. Oman is the last place I'd ever think I'd find a Cornish restaurant in the Middle East. I actually worked a day in Cornwall and I left. That was about 8 years or so ago. I haven't been back to Cornwall since. Also, in the distance, I see another fort over there. Oh, hello, you kitty cats. Meow. Oh, you scraggly kitten. How are you? No, I don't have any food for you, I'm afraid. And the souks now. Just look at that amazing artwork they've got there. The forts and all the shipping. Yes, Muscat was a trading post back in the day. And as a matter of fact, the Oman actually controls Zanzibar Island and even a fort which is in current day Pakistan. So it's quite interesting that you see the amount of people from Pakistan who settled here in Oman. And then let's not forget about the whole East Africa slave trade. Yes, slaves were taken from Africa to the Middle East and also to India. So gonna be looking around the souks today. Would like it in. I don't think I'll be taking it an Omani dagger back home. Only if I had some what do you call it? Like check-in suitcases. Yeah, I'm too cheap for Louis Vuitton. Yeah. Wow, it's cool. Yeah, everyone's busy today. It's market trading day. Well, I'm not going to venture like too deep because I don't want to get lost here, but I can find my way back out. See all the flags are flying by. Smell of everything as well. Okay, I just paid half a rial for this Omani Arabic coffee. It's more like in a touristy area down there near the souk, so I do feel like I am being ripped off and being overcharged for this, but that's like prices you pay when you enter really touristy areas. because like a cup of tea this size I paid yesterday was about 1/100th of an Omani Rial. And also this is just too piping hot and they don't have those like sleeves. Come on, it's like burning my hands as I'm holding it. Well, anyway, we can still look behind me. Look at all those scenes up there, how scenic it is. There's like a yacht right there with the Omani coat of arms. Forgive me this shit. Just had to put my piping hot coffee down. It cost me half a Rial. Show you some really good sights around here. Yes, it's like that cruise line ship has the Omani coat of arms, so I guess it must belong to the Sultan. But yes, it's nice to see a dhow boat docked there, and then some more mountainous views right there. I'm trying to get to this fort, which should be nearby, or maybe it's hidden by these trees. So I was just standing right there, wondering where Mucha Fort is, and all of a sudden, it's up here, right there. So I'm gonna go up there right now. It's gonna cost me 3 Omani Rials to get in, but then there's also the Place and People Museum. I'm gonna guessing there's probably gonna be 1 Omani Rial to get in. I'm not too sure if I will go to that museum or not, but I got all day, okay? So I've just paid 3 Omani Rial and another 300 if it's... Let's see. I can never understand the sense. Yeah. So I think it must be about $6-7 to get in here, but good price. Mucha Fort, all the way up there. It'll be a bit of a hike to get up here today. But also it's going to be a bit of a walk to get to the other forts and the palace, which is I think 3 kilometers away. So going up here to get good views of the city center. Look at the distance. There's a fort there. There's a fort there. There's a fort there. And then we've got a fort up here. Now, this town is pretty fortified. Mucha Fort. This historical property has been restored using traditional methods, materials, and design. For your safety, please use caution when working on any service. Okay. Fort. This has been built in 1507 AD. The Portuguese later added 2 towers and a curtain wall. So it was built to protect Mucha from attacks from both the sea and inland. During the part of the 18th century, the fort underwent development and enhancement under the Al Busidi dynasty when the curtain walls were doubled and further tower added. Mucha Fort was restored by the Ministry of Heritage and Culture in 1980. £6 pre-revolutionary French cannon, position unique on the barrel. You can see the foot is, wow, French military equipment there. Martina Al expedient installation investigating cannon down there. Yeah. These stairs to get to the tower. funny enough, the Portuguese would probably have taken over this fort maybe a few times. But right now here, that's a British cannon. So the Omanis were getting weaponry from both France and Britain. Flag of Oman, flying high, the red, white, and green. I always love that lovely coat of arms with the dagger. Yes, that's traditional daggers the men wear on the belt. Well, Yemen also wear similar to daggers and all, but I think it's only Omanis and Yemenis that wear daggers on their belts. I know nothing about Emiratians or Saudians who have daggers on their belts. Yeah, so here we are. This is coming up to the main fort, like the tower. Pay about a real to get views from there. Eastern Tower. These binoculars, so I get to see. Amazing! Look, they got boats there next to the mosque, and that's I guess it's a nice hotel right there. Wow, look at that. Beautification of Metalhead wall. Look, there's a bus stop that's gonna take me back to Rayul, but just have myself a bit of walking effort. I should get a bus on the other side that will get me to where the Royal Palace is. Hopefully I'm not waiting too long for a bus. Lovely and green Oman is. One of my buddies told me how beautiful Oman was going to be, and I had to take his word from him. But it's a shame I'm not taking a bus from Muscat all the way back to Abu Dhabi, Dubai. We'd love to do that, even though it costs 12 hours, but I'm just killed for time. I really had to get back to Abu Dhabi because I've never seen much of Abu Dhabi, and also I'm going to get on to Israel. But here's something I've not seen yet in Oman, an outdoor gym. Keep yourself fit and healthy. Here we've got a photograph of Salalah in the south of Oman, about a few hundred kilometers from the border with Yemen. My main aim is to take a bus from Muscat to Salalah so I can go on to Yemen. Come on, son. For now, just enjoying the sights here in Muscat. Walking past, seeing all the seagulls who are perched up over here. I just realized it's going to be like a long walk to get to the palace, but there's going to be some cold drinks along the way. Yes, always going to keep yourself hydrated. Okay, we've got Muscat Marine Tower over there, and then we've got another fort over there, and then a fort up there, or tower, fort, I don't know what you call it. And then the Sultanable City, it's like there's a restaurant there. I'm not going to go there, as I know it's going to be a bit overpriced. But yeah, so this is the tourism hub. So I've only got 1.2 miles left to walk to get to the Royal Palace where the Sultan of Oman live. So like back in the day, they used to call this country like Muscat and Oman, and then it just was like shortened to Oman. But it's officially the Sultanate of Oman. It's still a kingdom because it's got a monarch, a sultan. But it just, I don't really feel like that Oman was actually really colonized at all. Yeah, I think they might have been under some British protectorate like 100 years ago, because if you don't know your history, there was a war going on in the southern part of Oman in the 60s, and the British and the Persians were heavily involved in fighting off a communist insurgency, which was actually backed by the nearby Democratic People's Republic of Yemen, aka South Yemen. And then there was actually a historic Fijian who gave his life while defending a fort, and as he was getting attacked by communist terrorists, he continued to keep on firing bullets from his machine gun and his thing until he passed on. I need to make a vlog about that Fijian because he should have been awarded a Victorian Cross. Excuse me. So, let's see. Where am I? Okay, oh yeah, so I'm right there. Been through here. I got off the bus there, so I'm walking around here, and then I'm going to go down to Muscat Gate, the National Museum, the Palace, Alger, the fort that was Portuguese, and there's another fort here. So this is lovely. I mean, but it's kind of confusing if you want to tell people if you're in Muscat or not. I mean, where I'm staying, it's still considered Muscat. So anyway, let's go, yalla. Wow, I'm just nearly here. This is Muscat Gate. They say the museum is open till 2 o'clock. Do I really want to pay a bit more money for a museum? I think I'll pass today. But look, there's another fort up there in the distance. Look at that. Just about to go through the Muscat Gate right now. Excuse me. Opening hours Saturday to Thursday 10 to 5, Fridays 2 to 6. Muscat Gate Visitor Centre. And what do we have here? More forts up there. There's a museum for the Muscat Gate right there. This is what I've just walked through. Amazing. Okay, so I'm in the heart of Muscat. Just noticed an island of rocks over there, and they even put a little fort right there. Right behind me, like, there's a naval base, so I'm not going to film that. Don't want to get myself in trouble. But we're just going to focus on this fort right here. Because just around this bend, I'll be able to get to the palace that I've been talking about. Yes, so that'll be the highlight of my trip to Muscat. Funny enough, I forgot to bring a pen with me today because I have a pen in my pocket so I can, you know, write the country number on my left hand and take a photograph outside of a scenic part of the country. Like, let's just say when I was in Tunisia, I took a photograph outside this martyrs roundabout with the number 100 on my hand. Or in Bastry last year in St. Kitts and Nevis, I took a photograph outside the Catholic Church with a 110 on my hand. So if I can find a pen somehow in this area, I'll make it 114 on my left hand. But it's just past 11:11, so wow, I'm so lucky to be here. At 11:20 right now, I see Al Jadi Fort over there. That's the one the Portuguese had control of. But then just right here, that's the royal palace of Muscat, where the Sultan of Oman lives. Yes, it's all fenced off, so can't go inside, which is fair enough. But it's not as big as Buckingham Palace. I mean, I've seen bigger royal palaces around the world, especially the one in Malaysia. I think this is the side entrance to the palace. The front entrance is on the other side. Notice how square the roof is. Yeah. I've made it. I'm home. Yes, the front gates of Al Alaman Royal Palace. The flag is flying to say the Sultanate of Oman is home. Wow. Just look at how amazing this place is. Forts over there, forts over there, Portuguese fort over there. It's all like leading up to the palace from there to there. Just well, I achieved the thing I wanted to see in Muscat, in this royal palace. So all I need to do now is do a bit of a silly dance for social media.